Well, when I look at my career, and I didn't understand where I'd end. I didn't know, I didn't have a lot of mentors. I didn't have this idea that I want to achieve this certain goal. And as I grew and I found people that could mentor me and be a part of my success, I began to really formulate a plan that says, I want to.
How did you find mentors?
I grew, again, I came out to California where I just started looking around and seeing names of people and buildings and all this, and I started seeing them in the paper, and I would literally go, hey, you want to go to lunch?
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. I'd go to charity events and try to meet them and just want to just say, hey, I just want to ask you some questions. A lot of them were in their 70s. And the interesting thing that I have found, because I've become the membership chairman for so many charities now, because I've kind of was in this middle ground. I wasn't the old guy and I wasn't the new guy. I wasn't in my 20s or 30s. And when I was in my 40s, I was membership chair for every charity you could ever imagine. But it was bridging the gap, right? And what I found that these older, successful people, they want to give back. They want to tell their story. But a lot of people, when they're young, they think, oh, they don't want to talk to me. They're too big. They're too important. They're too busy, right? And it could be farther than the truth. If you just ask, you never know. And I'd love to just pick your brain. Just love to know your story, how you got there. And what happens? They say, absolutely, let's go.
Did that seem self-evident to you? Like, I just need to talk to, because I know, so you're on, in fact, now is probably the time to tell the bench story. You see the big, beautiful house. I think that'll help people understand that step one.
Well, yeah, I don't know if, I think over time, asking became much easier, right? And an example is when I first drove out to California, I literally found myself on a bench over the Pacific Ocean in Corona del Mar, beautiful homes, beautiful cars, people, everything you could ever imagine. And I thought, I want this life, I, again, grew up pretty hard, and I'm thinking, wow, like, how do you get this? And there's a man in the yard and he's trimming his rose bushes. And I went up to him and I just said, what did it take to get this house? I said, I'd love to have something like this. I think I can do it. What is it? What did you do? And that's when he politely told me he was the gardener and he was not the owner. But he said, I think the man's in real estate. So I'm going to get into real estate, right? I had no clue, but I just thought if real estate can get you here, I want to get into real estate. But the point to that story more is just asking, right? Just going up to people and saying, what do you do? How'd you get this? And then, is that something I'd be interested in, And I've asked a million questions, by the way, and I've had people turn me down on answers, or had people give me answers that I wasn't interested in or whatever, right? But it's just, you slowly start to build your own idea of what you want, and I found what I found interesting a lot of times is I was young and I'd say, I'm going to be the hard charger. I saw it in Wall Street. That's what they did. And I'm like, I'm not real good at being a dick, So, okay, I'm going to be the soft, and what you got to do is be good at being you, right? You don't have to be somebody else. And your transparency, or your authenticity, should I say, it will reveal itself, and then people will come into you if you are who you really are, right? If you're a good person, you have morals, you have integrity, all those things that we really need. If you believe in karma and you believe the fact that good things happen to good people, then you will, if you're out there and open, I think you'll attract people. And when you attract the right people, right, then, you can go faster. You can do the things that you're really interested in doing.